Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Oh well. Let's see.
Hi.
Hi. How y'all doing? I haven't seen you in a while. This is my actual really good best friend Jason right here. The reason why we're recording this video right now is because I haven't made a video in a good moment in time. Since I started the YouTube channel, the goal was to create a channel which was all about the youth and the future. And I'm 23 right now. I am not the youth. Uh,
I'm 21. Forever.
and this is when you say "fuck that bitch." That's when I get a tattoo saying "trust no bitch."
Come on, Piper.
Oh, ooh, shit. Well, the reason why we wanted to talk about, the reason why we wanted to create a video was because, we felt inspired. We wanted to share something about our life and our story, and it's about, rebirth, starting over. You know, I've always felt a connection with the Phoenix, and so, um, let's just let's see where the video takes us, I guess.
So our first topic that we're going over is
Starting
starting
over.
over.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I came from a little small town called Sedona, Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very, very reclusive, bubbly place. No one ever escapes there. And I did. I made it out alive.
Prison Break.
And so when that happened, I came down to Phoenix and met this kid, and he basically adopted me into his group of friends. And, essentially I had to really struggle and learn to find, I was literally a small town boy that went to a big city, and I was completely overwhelmed. And this kid made it easier, but
I shoved his face into a pair of titties, and I broke him.
I really did.
He cried. It was beautiful.
It was so traumatic.
But that's what you get for being my friend. Hi.
So,
Yes, I guess it's my turn. Many of y'all have already heard my story, but the one thing you have not heard was my adventure leaving my own suburban area, my safety net, my nest, really. And I left the nest and started anew in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a challenge. I was um, a privileged, spoiled little kid, and I had to get my first job, have my own place by myself, and I had to really learn to be on my own. And that was the hardest thing. If I'm going to be honest, I probably could not have done it if my friends were not here, if my support system, my sources of strength were not here. He was one of them. One of them. I'm just kidding. And so um, I would have to say, the things I had to learn by coming here is starting over, and that is you have to let go of the past. You have to let go of whatever held you in that moment in time in your past. You know, I wanted to go back to my nest so bad. I wanted to go back to my friends. I wanted to relive that same life I had. And the moment I realized, that's not my life anymore. That's not who I am. I can't be that same kid anymore. It kind of became clear. It's almost like when you let go of the reins and you let Jesus take the wheel, it literally releases all stress from you, and it releases the idea of that is your life and you have
and
to.
the control of that more so. And you definitely have to jump with both feet in,
Yeah,
it
balls to the wall, to be honest.
off of the cliff.
And
Not literally though.
you have to be able to just realize that was your life, and you have to understand that this is your life now, and that's the idea of starting over. um the next thing I have to probably say is not being afraid to ask for help. I'm a very proud, egotistic person, and asking for help means admitting weakness. And yes,
Well, I actually, can you hold the camera?
yes.
There's a book here that I have written by Amanda Palmer, and it's called The Art of Asking. You probably can't see this. The Art of Asking. I love you, Amanda. Very much. And in it she explains how she stood there as a um going from city to city and basically winging it the entire time. And if she needed something for her band or her crew, or a place to crash at night, all she'd have to do was ask and it
Yeah.
would be delivered. And I think it's important for us, that when we are in a very strange and foreign place with it for ourselves to be in, which can be very, very uncomfortable and frankly kind of terrifying, that we have the ability to reach out and say, "Can you help me?" And do you understand me? And
The one thing I've learned is the moment you open yourself to the idea of help, it opens yourself up to the universe. And the universe has, from what I understand, and this is my own belief, the universe has a design and it has a almost plan. And if you continue to cut yourself off by not asking for help, not opening yourself up to the universe, by closing yourself off to life itself, you are blocking that plan. And that's when your life gets chaotic. And that's when your life has, you know, it goes misled, if you will. But the moment you open up, things start working out.
it
Things
really
make
does.
sense. And, you know, starting over is scary, but you have to be able to be willing to ask for help.
Yeah. And our second topic
Third
is
topic
third topic, my bad.
is starting over.
Right.
Well, not starting over, I'm sorry.
Believing in yourself.
Believing in yourself. I should have believed in myself when I was answering those questions. Believe in yourself. I can speak. I can speak very passionately about this. When I very first came to Phoenix, I had very low self esteem because I thought that I couldn't do anything because I was so spoiled. I was so privileged that I didn't have that knowledge or the experience to do things on my own. And before I found my friends, before I found him, really, I had to believe in myself. I had to believe I can do this. I can succeed. And the thing about believing in yourself is you have to be unapologetic. You have to be able to say, I am not sorry about who I am and what I'm capable of doing because the moment you start saying, I am not sorry, you're basically saying, fuck anyone else who has anything to say about, and I've been told this, you're not smart enough, you're not talented enough, you're not even, special. What makes you so special? And you have to be able to say, fuck you, I am smart, I am talented, and I am
You
special.
is kind.
You is kind,
You
you
is
is smart,
smart.
and you is so I'm just kidding. You is important. And
Get out of here. Get out.
and you know, believe in yourself. It doesn't mean you're egotistic. It doesn't mean you're conceited.
It means that you're giving yourself the fire that you need to move on and do what you need to do to put the oxygen mask on yourself rather than on someone else.
Come on, Angry. And so, you know what?
Shade.
I'll just say, don't ever be sorry. Don't let anyone make you feel like you are not as important as you actually are. Because I can say without a shade of doubt, that I am important, I am special, and I am smart. I am capable of doing anything I have my mind set to. And that is how I succeeded in surviving in Phoenix on my own, with only coming here with one luggage bag and $60 to my name. I was able to
And that turned into all of this, by the way.
all of this
By the way.
a place to call my own, a best friend who I would, trust anything with. You know, I asked them for help. I believed in myself that I was able to, even if I left my place, I could start over again. It was because of you have to open yourself up to the universe and the possibilities it has.
Now, I mean, you obviously, you can't put yourself on a pedestal the entire time.
No,
You are going to have to
put in the work.
put it down a few notches as far as your ego goes, and also put in the work just as much, because you shouldn't be expecting a mint on your pillow every single night. This
No,
isn't the Days Inn.
but I'll
Life is not the Days Inn. It
but
is unless you have the money.
God bless.
Or work in a hotel at Days Inn.
I would
Then it's Days Inn.
I would say, to be honest, it's not wrong to expect it if you have the ability to achieve it. Almost like I know I can get a job and work my ass off and climb that ladder. And
As long as your why is, or as long as your how is stronger than your why, or maybe it's the other way around. Make your why stronger than your how.
yeah,
Make the fire within enough so that you have the motivation and the inner propelling, to keep going forward, to keep working every day, to put in that 60-hour work week, to make those dreams come true. And in this day and age, not everyone's an entrepreneur. Not everyone has, rich millionaire parents that cut them off. That,
I wish.
thanks, mom and dad. No, I'm just kidding, but seriously. No, but seriously, not everyone has that get rich quick scheme, I guess, available for them. And then there are people like us, the working class, that might be on the edge of poverty, that have the guts and the chutzpah to do what's needed to make their dreams come true.
Yes. And I think it kind of goes back to what I said before is, you know, you have to be willing to put in the work.
Oh,
Ooh. And you have to be willing to, um,
child.
sorry, technical difficulties. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to believe in yourself, and you have to be willing to ask for help. Asking for help means it's not only just on your shoulders, but it becomes a team effort. And the work, the what I say by putting in the work is you have to be willing to sacrifice your comfortability as well as your pride. As I said, I was a very proud person, and asking for help is an example of putting in the work.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to sacrifice to achieve a goal because, like he said, nothing is ever handed to you, but you have to be willing to go along that path and go through all the troubles of you know going down that road. It's not always going to be a smooth and easy road, but if you are consistent and you continue to push yourself forward by believing in yourself, anything is possible.
Anything at all, and you might get knocked down flat time and time and time again. But Edison created the light bulb after God knows how many times. I am not doing it. I don't have the numbers. I'm sorry. Ignorant scholar, guilty. But point being taken, he still got it after that final time. The light bulb is now here. It he did it.
Yeah.
And it was all through hard work. And the point is, there's nothing you can't do without it.
True.
True.
Everything we just said, you have to be willing to take the first step. You have to be willing to have the courage, the balls, or the vagina,
The
anything,
charisma,
the
uniqueness, the
nerve
nerve,
and
and the
talent.
talent.
And you have to be willing to believe in yourself that you could achieve anything because nothing is ever achieved by being scared and hiding. You have to be willing
It's
to
true.
you have to be willing to put yourself on the line and be hurt. You have to be willing to suffer. You have to be willing to
Feel the pain in order to
uh,
tell yourself, I don't want to be like this anymore,
you have to be willing to dream bigger than you ever dreamt before, and you have to be able to, you know,
You have to be able to see it first, honestly.
true.
If you can't ever see something happening for yourself, it's not going to happen. But the first step to it is is actually saying that I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. And then it's baby steps, and it just one step at a time in a colossal mound of steps, but at the top it's going to be your goal, and in the end it'll be worth it. And then by the end of the time you'll just be like, hey, this is it. I'm here. I made it. And you can look back at where you started from and just be like, holy shit, I've come a long way. Just like Patrick and I. And we've got so much farther to go.
True.
But
And with that saying, I look forward to hopefully making more videos for you. I know it's been a long time, and I know this style of video making is not what you are traditionally used to from seeing our channel, but it's a little more raw. It's a little more real, and I hope to kind of share everything I've learned. I promise I won't sound so lifetimey and Oprah, but this is my gal, and I just I look forward to seeing more of y'all, and hopefully y'all will continue to support me and all of my friends in this channel that we're gonna recreate like the Phoenix. We're gonna be reborn better than ever.
all right. And with that being said,
Subscribe.
follow us, subscribe, comment in the comments below. And our question for the week for you is, what's one of your dreams that you want to follow through? What's something that you want to chase and open your eyes to? And if there's anything we can do as far as tips, we'll definitely sound off in the comments with you. And with that being said,
Bye bye.
bye bye.